Kim Fair. She contributed this quote to the Rise and Grind Planner today. And the quote says this: effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. Think about that. Effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit, right? It's that wall. It's that I am going to go no matter how long, no matter how far. I am going to put in the effort that it ultimately takes. And when I thought about that this morning, as I'm writing down my goals, as we're getting ready for episode 826 of hashtag Rise and Grind, I thought, my goodness, what a true and powerful statement. Effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. Well, we're not quitting. Today, we're going to bring it another day here on hashtag Rise and Grind with my man, Jonnie Jensen. Let's dive in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm having some technical difficulties already this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, March 12th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first. That's right. I said it. The very first and the very last time it will ever be Friday, March 12th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Listen, today I have a treat for you. My man, Mr. Jonnie Jensen from Team Super Dad is here today. This guy is supercharging dads all around the world, helping them with health, wealth, happiness, and the 5 pillars, right? Faith, fitness, family, friends, and finances. He's helping out all around the world while he's raising his beautiful children at the same time. So it's amazing what this guy's been doing. I'm super excited to share him with you today. It's going to be it's just going to be incredible. Now, here's how I know. You're like, well, Glenn, how do you know it's going to be incredible? Maybe you're going to get this guy on here and maybe it's going to be great, but maybe not necessarily incredible. How do you know it's going to be incredible? Well, here's how I know it's going to be incredible. Check it out. The way that this show works and has worked for the last 3 years is that I wake up in the morning and I do 5 simple steps, right? I wrote this little ebook about it. The morning five simple steps to an extraordinary life. You can go get that ebook at themorning5.com if you would like. But I wake up, I throw my headphones on, I don't touch my phone first thing in the morning. I go in, I write down my gratitude, I write down my goals, and then I write down the words, good morning. And that morning, the show I receive, if you want to put it that way, the show, and I write it. So I write out the show. It takes me about 30 minutes to write out the show. Then I jump in my truck. I drive 15 minutes over to my studio. I come in here and I build it, and then we deliver it live. That's how it's worked for 3 years. Now, the only thing I know going in is we have a theme. and I set the theme up each week, right? I set the themes up like ahead of time for each week. So at the beginning of the year, we just kind of set the themes, and that's all I've got to go off of is the theme. Well, this week, our theme has been Next Generation Impact. And we've been talking about the importance of our role as parents and as humans, our role to younger humans, right? We've been talking about that all week. And so then I look on the calendar and I see Team Super Dad just happens to be on the Friday that we've been talking about Next Generation Impact. Tell me that is a coincidence, because I don't believe it is. I think it's divine. And that's how I know that today is going to be a powerful episode of hashtag Rise and Grind, because my man Jonnie totally fits the bill. Listen, he is a performance coach for dads. He is a divorce survivor. He is an avid climber. He is a marketing master. Most importantly, he's a dad, and he's become a friend of mine. And I'm super excited to introduce him to you. But before I do, you know what we got to do on this show? You know we got to do some dancing. Like we can't just dive right in. It's early, Glenn. We got to get moving. We got to get shaking, and we got to get the blood flowing and the heart pumping. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. That music kicking in. There it is. I hear it now. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Wherever you are in the world. Let's start shaking. Let's go. Look at Jonnie. Jonnie's on his feet. He's dancing already. I love it. Listen, for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. If you're on Clubhouse, we got to hit the plus sign. Go ahead, plus it up. Have some people join us here. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is also the part of the show where I say good morning to you and you say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're on replay, maybe you're listening to the podcast, maybe you're over on YouTube, maybe you're hanging out in Clubhouse, wherever it is, I need you to connect with me. It's important that you and I connect far beyond just screens and media, all right? So say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Dude, Jonnie is cracking me up. He is in the background going nuts. I love it. Hey, good morning, Michelle Gravely. Great to see you. Good morning, Don Sankey. What's up, Heather Ivy? How you doing, Melvin Rodriguez? Vicky Everett in the house. We got all kinds of folks here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Tabitha Walls, Jesse, I Can, Sparkman is up in here. Kim Fair, thanks for the quote this morning. We appreciate that. Michael Akins is in the house. Eileen Mitnick, great to see you, Eileen. How you doing, Joel Jody Hojnacki. Did I get it? I think I got it. What's up, Bobby Gladu? Also, I want to say what's up to Coach Isaacs. And of course, Miss Barbara Majeski is in the house over on Clubhouse. My man Joey Beans is in the house. He was singing this morning, which I love. And I want to say good morning to Scarlett as well, and my man Michael, and of course my adopted daughter Susanna. And what's up, Jessica and Trisha? Trey Congleton, great to see you, sir. How you doing, Bruce? What's up, Josh Marks? Hugh is in the house. We've got Nicole and Marilyn Wilkin and Charles and Madeline and Oni and Julie and Christy and Luis and Larry and Nicole and Danny and Carlton and Latrice. Everybody's up in here, including Sean and Kevin and Laia and Brandy and Vincent and Douglas and Mateo and Michael. Oh my gosh, it is a packed house, including my man Jonnie Jensen, who's back there dancing like a wild man. For those of you that are on Clubhouse, you're going to have to go to Facebook, official Glenn Lundy, so you can see this guy. It's absolutely amazing. And with that said, we are going to dive in to today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. This show is crazy. Dude. Jonnie, what are you doing, man?
I'm brilliant. I'm absolutely brilliant. I've cranked up my energy levels to the Glenn Lundy level. There's like a star above the, 1 to 100, and there's a big star above it that says Glenn. I'm going Glenn. So I've cranked it up. I'm all good. I'm ready. I've got the energy levels up.
He said, I'm going Glenn. I love it, man. So it's what? It's 10:40 your time over there. You're somewhere across the pond. Where are you coming to us from?
Yes, I'm in Maidstone in Kent, which is southeast of London. So we're in the bottom right-hand corner of the United Kingdom. And yeah, kids are at school. No more homeschooling. Yes. And, oh man, you've got 8 of them homeschooling, haven't you? I think you're crazy. But,
yeah, man. Yeah, we are. We're home. Well, I say we. I don't know why I say we. There ain't no we about it. My wife is homeschooling 8 of my children. Yeah, well, 7. We got one that's 21 years old, so she's done with school. But yeah, my wife's homeschooling 7 of them, man. So that's good. So the kids are back off to school. Things are starting to get back to some sense of normalcy there. What are you working on this weekend, man? Per se, like what does this weekend look like for Super Dad?
Well, I've got a date tonight.
Oh, okay.
And it's been 5 years since I separated, divorced, and I've had 2 dates in that time, and I just wasn't ready. It just didn't feel right. It wasn't important to me, my kids, the business, Team Super Dad, and that's not my commitment. My commitment is to fall in love, to wake up and see the eyes of the person you want to be with most. But it's taken a while for that to just feel something like I naturally, it's not like I'm running around looking for a partner. It just feeling like it's coming back to a time now where I can be the person I want to be for someone rather than just looking for a shag. It's not the kind of person I really am. As much as I would love to have been, the whole one night stand thing never really worked for me.
He said, no matter how much I would have loved to have been. I love it. Hey, for those of you that are listening on Clubhouse, if you go to official, he just got knocked out of the feed. That's not good. Oh, there he is. Yeah, that was crazy. Okay. So for those of you that are listening on Clubhouse, if you are single looking to mingle and maybe you live over in that London area, you can hop over to official Glenn Lundy and you can see the full production. And you can check out my man Jonnie. You can check out Super Dad over here, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. This might end up being a divine connection of some sort. So make sure you guys check that out. That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations on getting the kids back to school. I know that's got to be a huge win. I have some people in the comments over here on Facebook that they're like, no wonder he's dancing like that. The kids went back to school, right? So congrats on that. And, as far as your date tonight, man, I hope it's everything that you ever hoped for and more. So let's go back in time. Go ahead.
It's Mother's Day in the UK as well. So, I'll be popping over to my mum's grave and just putting some flowers there. Got some presents for the kid's mother, even though we're separated. And it's mum's. Yeah, it's good to.
Wow, Jonnie, you really are. You really are building that profile right now for those that are listening, aren't you? I'm going to go to mom's grave. I'm bringing flowers. Listen to you. Listen to you. He's selling himself, ladies. You hear him? He's selling himself. This is an amazing guy. No, I'm just kidding. This is how he is all the time. He is really an incredible human. Let's go back in time a little bit. You were a marketing master, right? Went to university, got into the marketing world. That was kind of like what you did because you were good at it. And then fast forward, you get to like 2019, you've gone through this divorce, you had to fight for custody of your kids for 5 years, you kind of put that away, and now you're doing the Super Dad thing, right? Is that kind of how I do it?
Yeah, totally. Back to where you started. When I finished university to finish college, I was like, what am I good at? And standing in front of people, coming up with ideas, and convincing people that they should do it. I was like, okay, so I'm going to go and do marketing. And then in 2000, I got introduced to the internet, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to change the world. My dad didn't agree. He said, as if anyone's ever going to buy a holiday on a computer.
Right.
So I was the Lycos UK marketing manager. You remember Lycos with the black dog? And then mobile came along, and I was like, wow, imagine when this thing's in everyone's pocket. And then in 2007, I was on a landmark course, and I had this vision of something called the Lodge, and it was a retreat. Well, it is a retreat. It's going to be. We're going to make it happen. A retreat, so that men would go there for vacation, and rather than just get sunburnt and drunk, you'd do some stuff like adrenaline stuff, and do some reconnecting with yourself, bit of mind work, like what do you want to do with your life, and but at the same time riding horses, jumping off bridges, and and that sort of stuff, so that we connect with our inner spirit. Like there's that energy, the adrenaline. There's too much in the world today where we don't terrify ourselves, where we don't drive fast, where we don't do things silly. Like you can't be dangerous anymore. They've put barriers up everywhere. And so then 2000, then the idea was that you'd spend the first part of that trip on your own with the men, and then your kids and family would join you, and you do some more fun stuff. But you would then like say to them, like, look, this is the vision I've had for us and our family, and I want to share it with you. And then the kids and the mum do some exercises as well, and basically we just have a great time and a big barbecue and like a completion ceremony at the end of it. And really people just recommit to each other. But then they go back home. Okay, vacations are brilliant and stuff, but to go back home with, wow, we're going to do this now. I always, in my marriage, I wanted my wife to follow her dreams as much as me. And at one point she went back to do her ballet, and all respect to her now, since we separated, she's gone and trained to be a midwife. And in a family, there's that expression, on the shoulder of giants, and we need to be those shoulders for each other, for our partner, for our children. But also something else I learned from my experience of the tough times was that as men, if we're totally worn out by trying to help everyone else, trying to save the business, trying to save our wife, trying to save the kids, when something bad goes wrong, then it will just wipe us out because we've not left enough juice for ourselves. That put your mask on before you help other people. They do the stuff on the plane. And when my little brother sadly took his life, it just wiped me out. I had nothing left. And that was our divorce kind of followed on the back of that. But it was as I was rebuilding myself that the vision for Team Superdad came along. I was like, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix this? And clear as the message was clear. I was up a mountain. We're in a blizzard. It was ridiculous. It was Austria's highest mountain.
Yeah, this was in 2016, right? 2016. You're up on a mountain.
Yeah, and a good friend of mine, my best friend, he's not a good talker, right? He's a good businessman, and he's a great dad and all that sort of stuff. But his answer to helping me was, he goes, "We should go and climb a mountain." And
sounds like a good friend to have, though, to be honest. I think it's a good friend to have.
Yeah. So we got to climb a mountain. Then God took over because we're in this blizzard, and we're, and I should have been scared, but I was like, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix this? And he said, I've already given you everything you need. And I was like, because I was angry. I was like, you've given me so many duff cards here, right? This isn't fair.
Right.
And I've already given you everything you need. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow. So my whole perspective on the marriage and the breakup and the people dying around me and stuff just shifted. I was like, oh my gosh. So what? So and all the people I've met and all the courses I've been on, and it was like, if I put them all together, like we could all help each other. The rich guy that is overweight could help the fit guy who's skin. And the dad who is great in the backyard but not a good parent, he can help the guy that keeps banging his finger with the hammer, and but his kids love it. Right. And my little picture frame, I got it here somewhere. I'll find it in a second. But when we came off that mountain, the hut was waiting for us in the as the sun came out, the clouds appeared, the snow stopped, the wind stopped, and I was like, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. It's going to be Team Superdad. And here we are. So we're modern dads creating our best lives ever. and like you said before, focus, fitness, finance, family, and fun, and just being there for each other, having fun. Oh my gosh, I could talk about it for hours, but you know, the world we live in today, rightfully, women's voices are heard. There's equality across gender, across race, but there's a subject that is sort of falling through the cracks here, and that is good guys, everyday men, are kind of losing, like, what am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to say? Like, I get up, I help out, I'm a bit lost, and I'm here to say, along with many other sort of dad groups around the world that are popping up, it's not just okay to be a man. It's bloody great to be a strong man. You know, loving your wife, helping out, smashing it at business, going away for the weekends with your buddies, watching a bit of sport, like just keeping it all like in measure. Like, and I say having it all, having it all.
Having it all, man. I love those words, and I love how earlier, you know, you said you have everything that you need. I think that's a powerful statement that many people, you know, need to hear. Like, I'm always blown away by this concept that I didn't grasp until maybe a year and a half ago, but that the miracles in life always come from what's left, right? The miracle's never in what you lost, and the miracle is never in what you gain. The miracle is always in what's left. Whatever you were left with is where the miracle comes from. And so I love that, man. You already have everything you need. And then I love how your mind goes to this idea, you know, the heavy set guy gets a little help from the guy who's a little skinnier, maybe a little bit more fit, right? The business guy gets a little bit of help from the guy who's not so businessy, but more doing more stuff with the family. Like, this idea that there's always a counterpart that can help us fill our individual voids so that we can ultimately be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. And we have these pillars and these supports and these structure to be able to enhance that. And then having it all. I think we should talk about that real quick. People say you can't just have it all. You say you can have it all. Is that just smoke? Like, does that just sound good on the outside? Or can you really create a life where you have it all?
The secrets of success aren't that secret. You know, Napoleon Hill wrote his book, it was like 125 years ago or something like that. And the secrets of success, what you're doing, show 800, was it 826 are we on?
Yes, sir.
5:30 in the morning, get up, 4:30 in the morning, so you can do a 5:30 show. What's the secret of success there is get up. You know, how do you stop smoking? Well, don't buy the cigarettes, don't hang out with people that smoke. I know it's too simple to say something like that, and you don't know, and it's not fair, and I don't know. But when we boil it down to the simple aspects of it, people have shown us what to do. What one man has done, another man can do. And it doesn't mean it's easy, but with the right support and the right encouragement, Darren Hardy's, is it called... it's all about compound leverage, basically, or James Clear and habit stacking. You know, just like the little things that we do will help us build towards the next level. And I always say to my kids and to the dads inside of Team Super Dad, the magic's at the finish line, and and to win is getting to the finish line. Like, maybe someone's going to win the race, yeah, but the fat kid that comes last has just beat every other kid that didn't enter the race. And I did the New York Marathon, and I trained for a triathlon that summer. So the triathlon went great. The New York Marathon, not so much. I finished, it was about 6.5 hours. Right? They were clearing up at the finish line. They were clearing up, yeah? Mm-hmm. And as I came around the corner, like virtually crawling, the woman who ran the charity I run for, she's still there. She's like, oh my gosh, I thought you died.
That's awesome.
and I just finished, and that's not to criticize anybody that doesn't ever finish, but like, the magic's at the finish line, and what we learn on that journey, the people we meet, the experiences that we had, if we consider that we've been given them rather than we're suffering them, don't have to believe in God for that to be true. You know, like it's great if you do, but if you don't, just consider that not everything is happening against you. Maybe everything's happening for you. And so when you can take that perspective, and it really was literally when the sun came out from behind that blizzard, I'd been in a space of, why is this happening to me? It's not fair.
Right.
And I suddenly got the perspective of, maybe this was supposed to happen. And you know, the funny thing about praying, here's a classic one, Glenn. People should get this, right? People pray expecting God or whoever they're praying to answer their prayer exactly like they want. Right?
Thinking that their plan is that their plan is smarter than his.
Now, and I'm not here to diss my ex-wife. Like, you know, we were very much in love when we got married, right? But through everything we went through, and I'm praying, can you fix this? Can you fix this? Maybe his plan was always Team Superdad, or whatever's going to come down the line from Team Superdad. And to get me here, he needed to take me out of that marriage. But he also needed to give me my kids. He also needed me to have that wedding day. Like, not everything happens against us. And it's not 1950 or 1850 where breaking up is the end of the world. You know, I say, make the best of your relationship. Fix it if it's worth fixing. But if you're fundamentally realizing that chapter's closed, then, you know, then rather than, and this is a challenging message for some people, but rather than take the whole ship down through arguments and stress and emotional upset and physical trauma, like, you know, breaking up consciously with love and generosity, where the children feel that the two big things in their life, their mum and their dad, are both okay, and they can say hello to each other and they can ask each other how you're doing, and the kids can be like, well, this is all right. I get 2 Christmases, I get 2 birthdays, my mum loves me, my dad loves me, and they're friends. This is a message that I really want to get out to the world right now, is like, if we're in an age where it's okay to break up, then how about we create a new age where we're nice to each other? You know, there are millions of families at war, and you know, I'm so, people throw the word passion around like it's, oh yeah, I'm passionate about this, I'm passionate about couples breaking up positively, happily, rebuilding their lives and making the best possible foundation for their kids to move forward from. And I just want all that to stop, all that pain and litigation and police and mental health, and like, if the relationship's over, let's do it the right way. Let's move on positively.
Yeah, Jonnie, I am with you in the sense that I agree. If there is a split up, if that happens, being more than just amicable, but just having respect for one another and doing what's best for the overall situation. I think that's super important. A couple of things that you hit on that I want to follow up on. You know, the one thing, I love how you said, you know, when the heavy set kid finishes the race last, he's still ahead of everyone that didn't run the race. I think that was a really strong comment that you said there. Just give me the visual of all the people sitting on the sidelines making fun of the kid for being last, but yet they were sitting on the sidelines. I think that's strong. And as far as, you know, the idea of marriage itself, you know, I somewhat, and you and I are friends, and I think that's fair. Is, you know, I somewhat disagree. For me, I don't care whether it's 1940, 1950, 2020. I personally believe that the covenant of marriage is something that should be sacred and should be is worth the fight and the battle, and ultimately a Christ-centered thing. But that's my own personal belief. But for those that have made that choice to end that, I agree with you wholeheartedly that needs to be an amicable thing. I personally, I got married once, and this is it, and I'm in it till the end, you know, and that's my jam. Only because I believe that there are solutions that are of a spiritual nature that can get us through the earthly stuff. But that's been my experience. Your experience is different, right?
No, I'm with you. And if it could have worked out, oh my gosh, I would have loved that.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't dated anyone in 5 years. That's like,
right.
that's how much it hurt.
Yeah.
You know, that's how much it hurt.
It's a traumatic event. Divorce is a traumatic thing. Like it's like the loss of a loved one. I mean, this is someone you poured your time, your energy, your love, your everything into. So I know a lot of I've experienced from the outside, including my parents. My parents got divorced when I was 11. And I know that I know the trauma that comes along with that. But look, man, you and I can talk forever because I love I love your mind, and I think that you and I are so alike in so many ways, and yet we have so different experiences that we could just talk for days. But here it is, 6:03, and I have to be mindful of people's morning routine. So what we're gonna do is, first of all, everybody watching on Facebook or listening on Clubhouse, I want you to do me a favor, and I need you to go connect with Jonnie, all right? I want you to blow him up the way we do Rise and Grind members. I just want you to blow him up, pour into him, do all that stuff. I want him to send me a message later today saying, Glenn, your people won't leave me alone. They're driving me nuts, right? That's what I want. So blow him up today. And then I also need you, if you haven't done so already, hit the share button here and make sure you come back Monday, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do it all over again. But for those of you that can stay just a little bit longer, I'm going to ask one more question for Jonnie here, and then we're going to shoot over to Clubhouse where we've got Breakfast with Champions, and Jonnie's going to join us over there. We can talk about it a little bit more. We don't have the time constraints that we have when it comes to the shows. All right. So Jonnie, here we go. One final question for the Facebook audience, and then we're going to go hang out in Clubhouse. Fair enough? You got time to hang out over in Clubhouse a little bit?
Absolutely. Totally. I'm with you. Yeah.
The kids are at school. You're like, yeah, I got all day. Let's go. All right. So my final question for you here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Here's my final question. So I want to put you up on top of that mountain again, that mountain that you were on in 2016, right? High peaks, and you got the snow, and the clouds are parting, and there's the sun. And when the clouds part and the sun comes through, all of a sudden you notice that all of civilization is at the base of the mountain, 7.4 billion people. And they're looking up at you and they're cheering, Jonnie, Jonnie, Jonnie. Oh, excuse
me. We've killed Glenn. He's so excited. He's the thought of me on the mountain has
oh my gosh, I almost died. So they're cheering for you, right? Jonnie, Jonnie, Jonnie. And they walk over, they hand you a microphone, and they say, Jonnie, you have 2 minutes to drop something on them, practical application wisdom, something that they can apply in their life today, this week, this month, this year. What are you going to tell the world?
Whew, no pressure there, Glenn. That's fine. So be your best. And I live that with my children. I'd say make it happen. You know, my kids are busy and they love to moan. And I say, let's not moan. Let's make it happen. Be your best. So if you've got a clear vision of where you want to get to, then decide what it's going to take. Decide what it means to you to get to that point. And then just go to work. Put the people around you that can support you. Put the structure in place that's going to have it work out. Don't make excuses. Make it happen. You need your body, right? Whatever level of fitness you've got, take it to the next level. If that means you're going to walk today, great. If that means you're going to jog next week, brilliant. If that means you're going to run the week after, fabulous. The knowledge that got you to where you are today is not enough to get you where you're going to go next. So start to read or listen to audiobooks. I've always got an audiobook on the go. Connect with great people. I'd love to be standing here telling you there's some secrets that you've not yet heard yet. But the truth of the matter is, it's doing the basics consistently. Good people, good routine, a clear goal and a vision of where you're headed. And then make sure that the people you love most are on board with you. You know, you need to laugh with your children and your wife. You need to hug. You need to connect. You know, everyone needs to feel like they're really listened to. What is it that your kids want? What is it that your wife wants? Do they know what you want? Because just like we were talking about separating, right? It doesn't need to happen. You just need to stay on the same track. So go out there, win the day. You don't have to be first to win. You just have to get to the finish line.
I love it. You don't have to be first to win. You just have to get to the finish line. And what you know has gotten you this far, right? In order for us to keep moving forward, We got to be learners. You got to be a student. You got to keep growing. It's so incredibly important. And get on the same track with the people in your circle, the people you spend your life with, the people that you're on mission and you've got that vision. Make sure you're aligned in your values so that you can get it across the finish line. It's like the team with the baton, right? It's like running the 4x1 relay race. You got to make sure everybody knows stick. Where do I fall in line, right? And how do we get this sucker across the finish line? So I love that, man. This is my man, Jonnie. He is Team Super Dad. If you are a dad out there in the world and you are looking to be a part of other dads that can lift each other up and encourage each other, that maybe have skills that you don't have so that they can teach you and you can teach them, then Jonnie is the man you're going to want to connect with so you can be a part of Team Super Dad. If you just Google Team Super Dad, you'll pull up his website and you can learn more about that. So make sure you do that. Make sure you follow my man, Jonnie, the dancing machine this morning. Make sure you follow him, connect with him. He's an amazing human. And if you want to discuss this a little bit more, then I need you to head on over to Clubhouse because that's where we're headed right now. And we will be there until 11 a.m. Eastern. Jonnie, thank you so much for being on Rise and Grind this morning. I appreciate you, sir.
You too, Glenn. Keep doing your great work. You're an amazing man. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. That's right. There's 826 of them up there. So plenty of content. Feel free to binge watch episodes of Rise and Grind all you want. So we've got more videos. If you want to go there, do me a huge favor. Make sure you come back here again Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. because we will do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an incredible weekend, friends.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind.